This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore. Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I want to talk about a topic I actually talk about quite a bit, and that is the freak show that is Fox News. First though, I want to see how everybody's holding up. I am, if you're in the same boat as me, you're washing your hands a lot to where they're red spots, and I'm like washing through the skin. So I have to start getting in the habit of putting lotion on my hands because it's a mess. And I hope all of you are taking care of yourselves. I hope you're staying in as much as possible. Save the infrequent trip to the store or whatever to get whatever you need, and are staying physically distanced from one another. Anyway, let's talk about Judge Jeanine Pirro, who is a Fox News host, and a virulent one at that. One who has had a somewhat public feud, especially of late, with Gretchen Carlson, the former Fox News host, who sued the network because of sexual harassment from the late founder, Roger Ailes. Judge Jeanine Pirro describes herself on her Twitter bio as such. Judge Pirro is a highly respected district attorney, judge, author, and renowned champion of the underdog. She hosts the Fox News show Justice with Judge Jeanine. So, she very much thinks quite highly of herself, that she is the highly respected blah, 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 blah. Anyway, the other night on her show, look, these are hard times, everybody. She had a hard time. There were technical difficulties for the first 15 or so minutes. Some other host had to come in and sit and take the reins of her show until it got figured out. And then when she came on, it was just a mess. So first, listen to this clip of her in the background before the show plays, before she actually comes on screen, saying, I can't.
I can't. All right, joining us.
I can't. And that was just the beginning. A lot of people on the internet, Twitter especially, which if you're not on Twitter, it can be a cesspool. In fact, it most certainly is, but it can be a good time too. But a lot of people are postulating that Judge Jeanine was just imbibing. She's at home like everybody else, doing her TV show from her home. Maybe she just, dipped into the cough medicine a little bit too deep. Here's her coming back from break, putting her drink down. You can witness her reach over and put her drink down before she goes to air.
Welcome back to Justice. Just the other day, the president talked or was hoping about the possibility.
Did you see it? Play it one more time. We'll slow it down.
Welcome back. It's good to be with you tonight, and we apologize for the technical difficulties.
Now, look, we don't know what was in the drink, and we don't even know that she was hammered. We can have our opinions. We can base our opinions on our long lives and history of watching people and knowing how they act when they're intoxicated. We certainly can. But who knows? Who knows? Maybe she just having a rough day. Like I said, these are tough times, and you got to do what you got to do to survive in these stressful moments. But the show did not. It got worse and worse and worse. Her hair got more and more disheveled as the show went on. Watch this roughly 30-second clip of her coming out of break when you think you get your flow, because I'm going to read a statement here from Fox News in a minute where they just say, oh, well, she doesn't have a prompter and she's at home. And it was just trying to get her footing, trying to get her sea legs under her, not knowing, it's a new way to do things. I'm sitting here in my home studio right now. I don't have a prompter. I seem to be doing okay. I mean, I've only got coffee in my mug. But you would expect more, at least I would expect more, from a seasoned television host on the most popular, the highest rated cable news network in the United States. Watch this 30-second clip.
Welcome back to Justice. Just the other day, the president talked or was hoping about the possibility of reopening everything on Easter Sunday, and in a way where we could kind of come out of this quarantine, as loose as it may be, that we're involved in. And Lisa Booth, the Fox News contributor, is here to talk with us tonight about whether or not that's even a possibility. How are you, Lisa?
I'm good.
What the thing is good. We're gonna go to a guest. My hair is kind of messy, and got my drink right here. Listen, this baffles me because this is, like I said, the highest rated cable news channel in the United States. This isn't cable access. So the statement from Fox News on this thing from on Jeanine Pirro. Jeanine Pirro was broadcasting from her home for the first time when she encountered several technical difficulties, which impacted the quality of her show, including the loss of a teleprompter. As we have previously said, we are operating with a reduced staff, working remotely to ensure the health and safety of our employees in these unprecedented times. Well, one, it's good that Fox News is finally admitting and coming around to the fact that these are unprecedented times, that these aren't just attempts to re-impeach the president with this hoax virus, which has kind of been the mantra, with the exception of Tucker Carlson, for weeks and weeks. Which leads me to my next thing about Fox News, and that is the fact that they just got rid of Trish Regan over comments that she made about 3 weeks ago. You may remember, and I'm going to play a brief segment of it because it's too much to play the whole thing. But on March 9th, Trish Regan alleged that the coronavirus, and I want to get the quote right, was, quote, another attempt to impeach the president. That is what she said. Watch a little bit of it right here.
We've reached a tipping point. The chorus of hate being leveled at the president is nearing a crescendo as Democrats blame him and only him for a virus that originated halfway around the world. This is yet another attempt to impeach the president. And sadly, it seems they care very little for any of the destruction they are leaving in their wake. Losses in the stock market. All this, unfortunately, just part of the political casualties for them.
Shortly after that, she went on vacation, which is always what happened. It's what happened when Bill O'Reilly left. He went on vacation and never came back. Several hosts who have gotten into trouble, they immediately go on vacation to see if the fervor dies down. That's my take on it. They usually leave, see if the public is still outraged. If they are, they decide whether they're going to let them go. And if things die down, they usually give them back their spot. Well, Trish Regan went on vacation almost immediately after this and has never returned. And yesterday, a statement came out, or the other day, a statement came out that says, Fox Business has parted ways with Trish Regan. We thank her for her contributions to the network over the years and wish her continued success in her future endeavors. We will continue our reduced live primetime schedule for the foreseeable future in an effort to allocate staff resources to continuous breaking news coverage on the coronavirus crisis. So, this isn't super complex, but there's a couple elements here. One, Trish Regan needed to go. Absolutely needed to be fired for irresponsible reporting. Irresponsible theories, conspiracy theories about what we know to be a legitimate global pandemic with hundreds of thousands of people infected right now. In the United States, at this very moment that I'm speaking, the numbers are over 125,000. And tomorrow, by the time this posts, we will likely be at 130 to 135,000 people in the United States. So she needed to go, without a doubt. But my question is, why only Trish Regan? Because for weeks, they've been doing this. For weeks, Fox News has been calling it a hoax on program after program after program, has been downplaying the severity of this, comparing it to just the seasonal flu, which, look, the seasonal flu absolutely does kill tens of thousands of people every year. Absolutely. But the infection rate of this, the coronavirus, is higher. And just every metric is more dangerous related to this particular novel coronavirus. So Donald Trump, a couple of weeks ago, kind of changed his mantra about all of this, taking it more seriously. And as soon as he did, they switched. And I want to play this video from the Washington Post that you may have already seen. This is my problem with why only Trish Regan, because so many other people who are on their air have downplayed, called this a hoax. Watch this video that the Washington Post put together that shows the flip, the switch, after Donald Trump changed his tune.
This is yet another attempt to impeach the president. And sadly, it seems they care very little for any of the destruction they are leaving in their wake. We must test for the virus in order to stop the spread of it. What could be a very great recession. Some predicting even a depression.
At worst case scenario, it could be the flu.
I feel like the more I learn about this, the less there is to worry about.
I was about to say the same thing. We don't have immunity to this virus. It's a new virus. It's a pandemic strain of a virus we haven't seen before.
All the talk about coronavirus being so much more deadly doesn't reflect reality. Without a vaccine, the flu would be far more deadly. We are facing an incredibly contagious and dangerous virus that is moving across the world from one hotspot to another.
We're going to call out anyone and everyone who's using this virus as a political weapon against the president. The standard flu every single year kills tens of thousands of Americans. We are now entering what will be the crucial defining 15-day period as it relates to this virus, where we must slow the spread of coronavirus.
It's actually the safest time to fly. Everyone I know that's flying right now, terminals are pretty much dead. We have a responsibility to slow down this virus and to think of other people during this time. And so if you can keep your distance and prevent someone from getting close to you that might be sick, you could save your family, you can save the elderly, and help our country as a nation.
It is absolutely disgusting that Democrats are seeking to use this complex virus to score cheap political points. This dangerous health crisis could dovetail quickly into a political crisis, already feeling economic ramifications of it all.
So I don't know about you, but by my count, there are several other people who are employed by Fox News who need to be fired. Now, why would Trish Regan be the only one to go? Well, it seems to me she's the sacrificial lamb in all of this, and their profit centers, their big shows, Sean Hannity, The Five, all these ding-dongs, Laura Ingraham. The reason they're not being fired is because they make too much money. And those lower revenue shows on Fox Business, they could have the cover of saying, oh yeah, we're not going to stand for that. We took care of that. And they let her go, ignoring all of the other dangerous BS that's gone on. And like I said, it did switch after Donald Trump changed his tune. I've been doing these daily videos and putting them up on Twitter and my Facebook page, which is I Doubt It with Dollemore podcast on Facebook, and on my Twitter, which is here. And it juxtaposes where Donald Trump was 1 month ago, on February 26th, where he was acting like, look, there's only 15 cases. In a couple of days, it's going to be down to 2 or maybe 0.
And again, when you have 15 people, and the 15 within a couple of days is going to be down to close to 0, that's a pretty good job we've done.
Not taking it seriously, not listening to experts. Because here we are, and I'm juxtaposing what he says on one side of the screen, and then on the other, I have the actual confirmed case count of coronavirus, which is now, like I said, likely over 130,000 when you're watching this. This is dangerous. Fox News is complicit in this. People watch this news network and take it as truth. They take it as the gospel. And then they go about their lives thinking, there's nothing to worry about. This is just a hoax to damage Donald Trump's reputation. Some wild global conspiracy that every other nation is taking part in to damage Donald Trump's reputation. Thousands of people are dead to damage Donald Trump's reputation. This is the logic of Fox. This is the logic of Republicans. Anyway, I'd love to know what you think. You can call, leave me a voicemail, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can always email daily@dollemore.com. You can even record a voice memo on your smartphone and email it to daily@dollemore.com. Follow me on Twitter. Connect with me on Twitter, @Dollemore. I mean, Instagram, at Dollemore. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to connect with you. How are you holding up in all of this? My wife and I are hunkered down as best we can, eating a lot of good food, making it home, hanging out with the dog, and trying to be safe. I hope you're doing the same. I'll see you next time.